You done goofed.
You do cows, but cows don't make sweaters.
This one time I broke my own leg. What was that? What did you say?
Just you might have opinions. And what are they?
I'm going, no, fucker, you're killing it.
Right? I don't know why it didn't matter when it was about your uterus or your rights. Hey y'all, welcome to this episode of Hustling with Harges. I'm Courtney, a theater maker, sewist, knitter, nonprofit strategist, and certified TV nerd. I'm here with my co-creator and real-life sibling.
What's good, everybody? I'm Tyrone, motion designer, 3D artist, animator, self-proclaimed king of the nerds, and card-carrying film snob. And yes, I'm the younger sibling, which means I bring the innovation and the petty. The podcast is our creative living room, a space for deep combos, pop culture mess, entrepreneurial chaos, and sibling joy.
Whether you're a maker, a dreamer, a burnt-out artist, or just nosy, this show is for you. Let's build something dope.
So pull up, subscribe, text your cousin, and let's get into Hustling with Harges. Big Dog Courtney, what's going on? How you doing?
Well, I am doing, yep. I feel like, for the last little bit, it's been bits of ups and downs. I am continuing to be in a transitional space, and that is just where we are.
I love that. I love that so much.
I'm glad.
I'm just the idea of like, you're just continuing to be in a transitional space. Feels like it's very, you're very open for the wave of change coming from the universe.
Things change. That is like the only constant, right? Like and I'm not where I was and I'm not where I'm going, but I am here right now. And that is what it's got to be. So I am just trying to sit in that, trying to see what I can do to get to wherever the next step is. Trying to and what can I do? What can I build from where I'm at? And what can I be building for the next phase? But yeah, it just does. It feels very continually transitional.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. How are you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling very good in this transitional period. I feel like a lot of irons are in the fire. I feel like some of these irons are fire irons. I feel like some of these irons are getting forged into something. So we're just in the process of forging now. Very good, very excited. But also in this like transitional period of like, okay, what's not what's next, but like, how can I put it? More like what's in store. Like that feels like just saying the same thing twice, but like.
No, I understand, but there's this feeling of like, there's kind of two types of uncertainty, or I'm sure there's more, but in what we're talking about is like, there's what's next in that I have no idea where it's like a big blank slate where you have no idea what's coming. And there's also the uncertainty of I think I know what's next, or it's like there are some plans or some things that are actually coming to fruition and I have no idea how they're going to play out.
That's right? Exactly what it is. That's right? Exactly what it is. So it's like
there's the blank slate of like, I don't know what's next. Yeah. Then there is, the uncertainty of I actually know what's next, or at least what's on the horizon. Like I see something and I don't know what the specifics are. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know how it's going to impact me.
Yeah.
So, the difference, I guess, between a blank slate and like standing in front of a door that's about to.
Yes.
Or like there's stuff over there. I know
there's stuff. There's stuff over here.
But I don't know what that stuff is going to be or do for me. And and I feel like, we're both figuring some things out, but I definitely feel like I'm probably more blank slate space.
Yeah.
In my not knowing, and you're more standing in front of a closed, soon to be unlocked.
Yes. I like how it's unlocked and not open. I like how it's need to open it.
Yeah. I think that's where it feels. We just gotta
see. Just make it through.
Hey, best if you're going through hell, keep going. Is that what they say?
That's what they say.
If somebody wanted to like offer me an air conditioner or some ice water while I'm going through, I'll still keep going. But like, give me an assist.
Here's some lemon water for you.
Right, give me like Frozone, just like clear a little path.
That's all I need. I just need a little path.
Just give me a little bit of ice.
I don't need the whole thing to be frozen. I just need. Can you give me some type of cooling footsteps?
Give me a lane.
That's all I need. Oh, Today's gonna be a good episode. This is also one of our deeper episodes. I feel like it's gonna turn into.
Who who knows?
Who
I
knows?
feel like we get here and we start talking, and then the next thing you know, it's like, oh well, that's a story I didn't think I was going to share today. All right, we hit it. We just out here. This is going out in the world for real.
For real.
But yeah, but today we're talking about disappointment. What do you do when you've hustled as hard as you can, you've gotten the stories, you've done the waiting, you've done the training, you've done all the things we talked about, and then it just don't work
It
out.
don't work out.
It just ain't got it. It just don't curl the way all the way over. It just
Yeah.
doesn't happen. And what do you do when it doesn't happen? And how do you keep going? And like, what does it feel? And how do we like? And I don't know. We're gonna talk about it, but I don't know if artists talk about like disappointment for real a lot. I think
Yeah.
artists feel disappointment a lot. I think a lot of creative folks like name it, but I think a lot of the ways people have responded to disappointment is to act like they don't want things or to act like things aren't a big deal. And so I'm excited to kind of be in this conversation around disappointment and what we do through it and what we do with it and how we sit in it. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. We'll
It's
see.
gonna be good. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be nice. But
And as
first,
always, tell us, folks, get in the comments, tell us how you feel, tell us, tell us
run
all the
up.
ways we've disappointed you. We aren't going to listen, but it's nice to share.
We ain't gonna listen. I don't
Go back.
care. No, I
Go back to our episode on discernment, and it will be like we're not gonna feel all that,
we're not gonna
but we
feel
do
all
want you
that.
to share. Give us that engagement. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know what you
Let us
want.
know. But also, you probably gonna be disappointed again. Specifically by us.
Right? You and your father both are Pacifically. Ain't no S to start that anyway.
Not an ounce.
That
Okay.
S don't show up. That S shows up late every time,
Every time.
and I
Like,
love it.
wait, no, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
No,
I'm
are
here.
you? Are you?
Almost missed it. I'm here.
And I love it because it is a very specific quirk to the
Very
two of you.
specific. And
where
and
it's
it doesn't happen on specific,
no,
but
no, it's specifically.
specifically
I don't know why
it's
it's the
it's that
again, I
extra,
think-
it's that little bit on the end that
right.
confuses
It makes the
everybody.
S just disappear. It just don't go. So
It's just distracted by the end.
right. I love it. It's a great quirk. I promise you. I'm not asking you to change it. I just noticed it that you and your father that
So
that leading S on specifically does not.
No,
It don't want to be there. It don't ever show up for work. It don't ever.
it just wants to be left alone.
Right.
It's like
So
I don't want
called
to
out.
be here. I don't want to do this.
No, it's like the L and the Y at the end. They got
They
They
got
can
it.
pick it up for me.
You know what the
You
hell
know what
he
I'm saying?
mean. You know what I'm saying. So
Right. So they got it. No, they cover. I had them cover my shift. It's fine. Oh, ridiculous.
but first, yes,
Tyrone
you
was
know
a-
what time it is, man. It's sibling shout out time. Sibling
Yeah,
shout out
sibling shout out.
Sibling shout out dance. Yes. Courtney, who is your sibling shout out this week?
I struggled. I was like, "Who? What are the siblings I want to shout out this week?" But I settled on some amazing brothers, actually stepbrothers, but ain't no difference. It's Phineas and Ferb, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, Phineas and Ferb, some of my favorite animated siblings, because I love, you want to talk about siblings who are there for each other. I love siblings who are in it to win it, where they're like,
Every day.
and every day they're like, what are we going to do? And they're like, you know what we're going to do? Whatever it is, we're going to build it. We're going to make it.
We're gonna-
We're going to go for it. We're
As
going
a
to do it.
younger
We're going to.
brother, stressing out your sister is the thing that you wake up to do. You're like, how can we stress Candace out today?
Right. And Candace's respiratory system, her nervous system is strong because she stays stressed and still has time to like do all of her things. Like her heart beat. She probably has like the vascular system of a marathon runner because she be working. Her whole life is cardio, and like I believe in her.
And still has the ability to, curate relationships, both platonic and romantic.
Oh yeah,
Like,
her good old
like still
Jeremy wants
pursues
to.
her dreams.
Right. No, she's a real thing. I'm just saying, Candace is a real one. So yes, Candace is also included in this sibling thing. But the Flynn Fletchers, as it were. But yeah, no, Phineas and Ferb is great. I loved such a fun show.
Yeah.
And I loved them because they just were like, hey, you want to talk about possibilities? They're like, one of them is like, this is what I want to do. And the other one's like, this is how we're going to use
This
science
is
to
how
do
we're
it. And
gonna do it.
and that's it. It's not, well, no, I don't think so. It's not that. It's like they are a duo. And
Yeah.
I love that. I love
And
that type of support, connection, their ability to just be there for each other and make it work.
no, man. Shout out to the Finn Fletchers. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Good old Flynn's. Good old Fletchers. All right,
Um,
Phineas and Ferb. That's it. Tyrone, who are you shouting out?
my shout out are the Kratt brothers from PBS's Wild Kratts and my generation's Zimbabwe, which, as a person who's creating a TV show, I don't understand how they got that show past just title because it's
Just saying
difficult.
Zaboomafoo is right.
It's difficult.
Everybody adds or removes letters from Zaboomafoo. And
It's
I don't think any two people say it the same
the
way.
same way,
So
which
I'm
shows
with it.
you the credit of the television show. Okay, it shows you that even but with this terrible name, that is the lead character of our show, we still managed to bring animal knowledge and conservationism to the children of America. So I love the
Excellent.
Wildcrats. They're one of the people that made me want to be a zoologist. It's like Steve Irwin and Jeff Corwin. Uh, and I really enjoyed I really wanted to be a zoologist because of them. So it's always I enjoy the Wildcrats. I enjoy the Krat brothers. Thank you PBS for inviting them into my home
Just thank you, PBS, for
for
everything.
everything.
All the things.
For everything.
Pro PBS over here. I also want to name that, like, you all, we've mentioned previously that Tyrone is a Disney princess, and one of the things that go with his Disney princessness is his deep animal knowledge and deep love for animals, and animals love him. Dogs just walk up to him like friend, and it's wild the way it happens. And so yes, when Tyrone said he wanted to be a zoologist, animation and all the things, animal facts all over.
Yes.
So I believe in that.
Yes. Amazing.
Good time. Well, we are in episode 10, so that means it is day 10 of our Dynamic Duo of Dynamic Duos countdown. So it has been 10 days, 10 episodes of waiting for one or the other of our favorite creative siblings to appear on the podcast. Those creative siblings are Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen, and Jaden and Willow Smith. So we want
Absolutely.
one, both, either. Y'all can come on together. We will make the space.
We will make the
We will make the
space.
space. We will make the space. We will give you the time just to hear about what does it means to be creative siblings in shared space, working together with careers that have both connected and diverged. So yeah, this is day 10 of our Dynamic Duo of Dynamic Duos countdown.
Double digits, Court. We did it. We made it to double digits.
We did it. We are in, the back 40 of our first season. Look at this. Making it work over here.
Making it work over here. Good
Very
job.
excited. Good job. With that, we're going to transition into the main moment. Now is the time for the main moment, the part of the show where we dig a little deeper. Whether it's creativity, culture, chaos, or care, this is where we pull the thread and see what unravels. I feel like that. I wanted to put on my deep editorial voice.
That's your NPR moment. As always, shout out to Brooklyn. As always. The
Ooh,
true
horns be having opinions. Horns are like, you know what? Sometimes I just want to be like, honk if you think we should have $1 million. Bong! Yeah, great.
the true unofficial third host of Hustling with Harges is in fact Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York, to make noise.
Oh,
But we're happy to be here.
100%. Wouldn't be any other place.
All right. So in our main moment, for 3 seconds, just to give it a little bit of, give outside a little bit of a chance to settle. It feels like it's also in a transition moment. Okay. So for our main moment today, like I said, we are talking about disappointment. How did we work through it? How do we work with it? How do we recover? And yeah, what do you do? Because it is, for me, a phrase that is the title of this episode, but it's a phrase I say a lot, really, is that disappointment is not fatal. And I say that because I think so many times people do actually really dangerous things to avoid disappointment. They don't want to disappoint others. They don't want to disappoint themselves.
Yeah.
They don't want to ever, and so they'll not have like hard conversations, or they won't, make the phone call that they don't want to deal with, or they don't want to, like, they know there's bad news or hard news in this place, and so they avoid things that actually then, and do things that actually sometimes can become fatal, trying to avoid disappointment. And so I say,
Preach.
Disappointment is right, like, not having hard conversations. There's just a bunch of stuff that people do to avoid disappointment. And so for me, the phrase disappointment is not fatal is a reminder that even if this feels hard and challenging and even devastating, to have something not happen the way I wanted it to or the way I needed it, like, that feeling isn't going to kill me. And I would much rather, I'm not judging what anybody else does. I'm not saying you got to go out there and do nothing. If you're going to come from me in the comments, just know that I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. In that the disappointment is, I'd much rather chase disappointment trying to, like, risk and get to my dreams and get to better than kind of stay stagnant and never risk being disappointment and also don't risk getting anything great.
100% agree. 100%.
I recognize that, like, disappointment is the cost, is the tax for reaching for more.
Hey man, you got to pay the ferryman, and
that's
what it is. You want to get across this? Cool. The cover is disappointment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, is that you got to risk it. And disappointment is not the constant state of being. Disappointment is a possibility. Yeah. And frankly, if you're not risking something, I'm not talking about being reckless, but if you're not risking something, then you're not actually stretching yourself. Like, there's got to be a chance that it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Because then you're just playing it safe. And, like, something, I have a whole lot of things that I say often, but another one of the things I say around that, though, is that, like, if you're going to, what do I say? If, like, you're not actually risking something, then what are you even doing? Yeah. Because you can fail. You can fail or have shit not work out, even if you're not trying. And, like, that to me is worse than disappointment, where it's like, I didn't even risk anything. I didn't even get anything I wanted, and stuff still blew up. Oh, absolutely not. I needed to blow up trying to get somewhere.
Yeah. It hit me with the remix on the second one. Wait a minute. Bars. Okay. I wasn't ready for that.
Just siren. All right. But yeah, the idea of losing when I didn't even play, that's the thing that makes me mad. Man. Losing when I tried something, or I stepped out, or I did more, or I reached for something, hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I am saying that, like, I can live with that disappointment, as opposed to being disappointed I didn't even risk.
I didn't even do nothing.
I didn't even do nothing, and stuff didn't work.
No. There's this great quote from Seth Rogen talking about, like, failing and, like, pursuing your dreams and stuff. And he's like, if you try, you might fail, you might succeed. And he was like, or you might make it. And he was like, if you don't try, you definitely won't.
Real life.
And he's like, that's pretty much how I live it. He's like, I'm just gonna go for it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, at least I went for it. And, like, that feels better. The idea of that feels better to me than, like, all the disappointment in the world. Like, I'd much rather have gone for it and be disappointed than, like you said, be disappointed and still be chilling and, like, not do anything and not go for it. So
there's a clip going around from, somebody who I quote a lot, who I know, Francesca Ramsey, and she's on a podcast, and I think it's with I believe it's Delina Medine. I apologize if I said her name wrong, but makeup artists, they're colleagues and collaborators. But the quote is Francesca talking about how, like, success or the things you want to do are really on the other side of cringe, right? Like, you have to push through something that may feel cringy or may feel like, again, risk, where it feels like, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know how it's going to be. And you have to kind of push through that fear, it needing to, like, not have a cringe moment and just do the thing, make the thing. And, like, I feel that it just sounds like one really sound advice. And it also just shows that, like, that I find that I don't think as many people are willing to sit in the cringe where it's like there's a moment where like this doesn't feel great. I don't know if this works. I don't know how it is. And so as opposed to pushing through that to say, but I'm going to try this anyway, I'm going to risk it being kind of corny if that's what you're looking for. Then it's like, nope, I'm going to play it safe and say on this side of cringe. Like I'm not going to even experience the possibility that it could not work.
Yeah. No, I am also kind of stuck in that cringe, corny era where I'm like, yeah, but that feels lame and I don't want to do that when it really could like just take you to the next level. Like whatever that next level looks like. If it's like, recording videos or if it's like, asking somebody for advice or sending that email that like, you don't want to look thirsty type of like, like no man, just go ahead do that.
Go
Like
do that, right? Take no for an answer, be receptive. But yeah, some of it is, and I will receive that advice. Sometimes it's just like, just do the cringe thing. Do the thing that risks you being a vulnerable person, looking like you may need something.
yeah.
It's okay to need something.
Never. No, no, it is. It's truly okay. I had to remember where I was.
Ridiculous.
Um,
So with that, we're going to jump into our questions. We're going to talk about disappointment and what it is. I think I'm going to go with Tyrone. Do you think disappointment hits harder when it comes from people, from institutions, or from yourself?
from yourself, full stop. 200 Alex. Like I think I think disappointing yourself may be one of the worst things the human mind can do to itself. Like, like having a goal that you set and then deliberately sabotaging it. Because like you can set a goal and not reach it and be disappointed, but that's disappointment in the outcome, situation, universe, what have you. Deliberately sabotaging your goal out of fear or cringe or whatever, and disappointing yourself, having to sit with that disappointment with yourself that nobody else knew that you had, like that internal disappointment, it's heavy, it's it's exhausting. It's takes so much longer to get away from. Like that sits with you much longer than getting a no from well, at least for me, getting a no from an institution or like people you also love and care about. Like if somebody disappointed you, like you would be disappointed. Again, disappointment isn't fatal. You would be disappointed, but you would get over that eventually. But disappointing yourself is like because you're kind of always reminded.
I want to admit something, and I don't want it to sound judgmental because it's not. But I'm not a self saboteur,
Yeah.
and it's a thing that I don't. What do I want to say? And it is a space very different. So I really appreciate you sharing how that feels.
Hmm.
But this is also one of those things that like I can't relate to, and I am naming that one and just in the vulnerability of like I appreciate the vulnerability of what you shared, and also seeing that like I just
That's not a thing that you do.
this never it's not a thing that I do.
Yeah.
But and naming that I understand it, but it's a thing that I've always like struggled with. I've stopped things, right? I've definitely been like, you know what, I thought I wanted this and I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. And it could just be that I've forgotten. But as a thing, like I know, like the closer I get to the thing I want, and I think this is partially like, frankly, I think it's an entitlement. I don't know if it's a positive.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like, oh, if I'm gonna get it, then
We're gonna ride this
get
bitch
it.
out.
I'm right. I'm gonna just after I'm holding it, then we'll figure out if I actually want it or not. But if I see it, and all I have to do in some ways is like stay still.
No, the self-sabotaging for me, so and we're about to get just deep, is the lack of self-validation I have for myself and have had for myself for quite some time. Like I'm getting a lot better, but for the longest time, I felt like I didn't deserve good things in my life. And so when something good would happen, my brain would be like, but you don't really need like this is not for you. And so we would begin the setting the like C4 minds around everything and just wait. And through therapy, that's very helpful. That gets a lot of that.
Shout out to therapy. Now that therapy is the actual unofficial third
Actual,
host
yeah.
of Hustling with Harges.
Yeah, shout out to therapy.
Therapy, yes.
And so I've
Shout
gotten
out.
better at it. and I've gotten, it still pops up. Not a lot, but it pops up frequently where something good will be happening, and I'll have to like kind of be like, okay, we gotta go in here, we gotta fight this thing because I really want this. And then but my other side is like want and deserve are two separate things. That's why those are different words. And so I gotta fight him. He get on my nerves, and I just be tired.
See, and then I'm in there. This is one of the things that I like, that we're in closer proximity to each other, because I'm definitely like, I don't care if it deserves. Do I have it? Did it come to me?
Yeah. Did I take it from somebody else? Like no, it's
I
like
did, right. Right. Like, I don't. I try to be very clear about how I operate in the world. I don't try to take anything from anybody, but I definitely am. I shouldn't say it this way, but I'm gonna, because whatever. But in some ways, it might be a little bit of the colonizer mindset. If I'm holding it, it's mine. Now, I didn't take it from somebody. Right. I didn't take it from somebody. I didn't, whatever. And so, like, if I get into a room, I don't ask myself the question, do I deserve to be here? Because I'm like, if I got in,
I'm here.
So now I'm here. Now you done fucked up.
You done, you done goofed. You done goofed now.
You let me in here, and I'm not saying I don't have imposter syndrome. And again, I want to hear your story, but I'm also offering just like
this is absolutely what I needed.
The contrast of just like, once I'm in it,
right?
Oh no.
You done goofed now.
You done goofed. You done. You let me in there.
You know you done fucked
then
up.
I'm gonna. Right. Then I'm gonna be present. Right. Yeah. Then I'm going to be here and participate because there's a reason I'm here.
That's very funny. Like very funny in the way that is like, it's only the journey that is it for me. But as soon as I'm there, I'm like, yeah, nigga, we supposed to be here anyway. Like, he like disappears. He was like, nigga, I told you we supposed to be here. And I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Come back here. No, you didn't.
No, I want to hold you accountable.
Don't you walk away from me. I will hold you accountable. All right, nigga, see you later. No. Oh, now you're gone, and I'm filled with all this joy and happiness, but you made me. This was frustrating. Why did you do this?
Why did you do this? Yeah, I mean, I'm always working, and I definitely feel like, well, if I have the opportunity to participate in whatever the thing is,
I'm gonna do it.
Then I'm going to show up and give it what I have. I do not question whether or not I should be there or not. And I don't, and sometimes I don't necessarily know where that came from. I don't know if
I can tell you where it came from. Yo, mama.
Fair enough. Yeah, just the idea is like, no, well, I got here, so now I'm gonna do the thing. Now I'm gonna show you, even if you didn't think I should be here,
guess who's
why
here
I am here. Right? No, but I am. So that's not it. And
guess
you can feel about me and me being here. You can feel all of that. That's the thing that you should work through with your therapist. But I am here, and I'm going to participate fully in the things that I'm here to participate in. I jumped in really just to name like the contrasts in our experiences and why I also, again, I'm glad. I think there are ways that us being in closer proximity than we were for like the earlier parts of our adult lives has allowed me to rub off on you in that way around like, hey, no, we have this. You've got it. So what you gonna do with it?
There's this,
as opposed to being like, I don't even know if I should have it. It does at that point. It doesn't matter. You got your hands on it. Right.
No take backsies. No take backsies.
That's right. I got it.
No, that reminds me of this quote from this football player who I forget what his name is, but they have a podcast. It's called The Pivot. It's very fun, but he talks about how when people ask him to go speak somewhere, that he does not feel the need to say thank you in a way where he's like in the way of like, I'm gracious to be here. I'm filled with gratitude. Thank you for doing this. He goes, I feel those things. He's like, but you asked me to be here. You're welcome. Like, you're welcome. I'm here because of the skill and the me and you are in the same room and you asked me to be here. You're welcome. And I was like, I really like that. I kind of dig that.
No, that's so real. It's Yeah. So like to answer my version of this question, where he's like, do you think disappointment hits harder when it comes from people, from institutions, or for yourself? And I was struggling to answer this question because partially it's like it actually depends on the individual disappointment. Partially because like people are disappointed in me all the time. And I say that partially because here's my aside. I'm hesitating because the things I'm about to say about I feel I have insecurity about the things I'm about to say, partially because it sounds like I'm going to be like, this is why I'm so awesome and people don't appreciate it. I both believe that and also know that it can come off in a particular way. But whatever, we're family, we're here. We're in. What am I going to talk about in the way that, who knows, maybe I'll get emotional. We'll see what the story goes. In that, like, I've always been smart. We've talked about this. We've named it. And I'm saying that, again, it's not a brag. It's just, that is a condition. Like, that is a thing that people use to describe me and have done for a while. I've also, like, because I'm personable, like, there are ways in which people think that my smart or whatever is a commodity that they are responsible, right?
Wow.
And there've just been a few different times in my life where somebody's like, well, I did this for you. And I wanted to be like, I appreciate the assist, but like, there are some very specific people who made me, and that ain't you, person I met in college. That ain't you, employer. You know, like, this, I showed up this way, forged by a very strong community, great parents, like, there are people who can take responsibility for the things that they want to take responsibility for, and those are not the people who want to claim responsibility for me in the same way. And so I've had disappointments, like, men I've dated, and they're like, well, this is who you should have been. That's not who I told you I was.
That sounds like a you problem, my baby. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. This is, well, I don't understand why you didn't X, Y, and Z. I didn't offer X, Y, and Z. And so that disappointment is you manufactured that. You know, I once had this grad school professor kind of crash out on me talking in messaging. He was so mad because I posted something. This was many years ago. I posted something on Facebook basically saying that white people are cowards. And it was an article that was the name of the article that I reposted. And I was like, in the sense of, and, you know, 2025 is telling us a lot of that, where it's like, the gist of the article was a lot of white people really are not willing to make anybody around them uncomfortable. They're not willing to, like, have an awkward conversation and have kind of awkward interpersonal reactions or interpersonal connections in the face of things that are actually violent. They would much rather keep the peace socially than, like, address racism, injustice, genocide, all of the things. So I posted that article, and this professor, who I had my own feelings about, this professor was like, how dare you? I always thought you were so smart, and how can you say this thing? I was like, I am smart, and I don't need you. I don't know what, I understand you could be mad about it, but what is the problem? He's like, well, these are all the ways that, you know, I showed you respect, and I want to be like, you respecting me has nothing to do with, like, compliance. Like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, I'm just disappointed in you. There are some of us who are out here who are trying to do the things. And I was like, well, if you're only trying to do the things to do, like, things that are positive, if you're only trying to work in, like, social justice or anti-racism because, I don't know, you think it gives you brownie points, then, like, I don't,
yeah.
Again, I still don't understand. I don't understand why you're mad at me for a bunch of decisions you made about me that have nothing to do with me.
Without really any conversation at all.
Right. And it just, all the things. And I was like, so, you know, talking about, like, you know, these are, I just respected the things, like, basically saying that, like, his honoring the work I did, the things I turned in, the things I was supposed to do as part of the class was somehow a favor to me. And I'm like, but no, I did good work. So you responded to that appropriately. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. And, like, that's not a favor. maybe it's weird. I was like, cause that's not a favor.
Are so weird,
people are weird. But I'm like, so me turning in good assignments and you grading them well those are the terms of the relationship. That's not okay, friend. And so long story around, like, a lot of times, like, disappointment from other people is less about something I actually did or didn't do, and more about the thing that they projected onto me as like something I'm supposed to be accountable to. It does hurt me. It is really hard if I disappoint somebody in a way that I committed, where it's like we were going to do this thing together and I fucked up. That is hard. I don't like doing that, right? And so like I hate being somebody who breaks promises. I really try not to. I'm not perfect. It is also though why it is easy for me, in quotes, to say no, I'm not going to do that. It's much easier for me to say I can't keep that promise, so I'm not going to make it, because I don't like disappoint. I don't like not keeping my promise. I don't like not honoring my commitments, and so again, I'm more likely in the beginning to say I don't think I can do that, or if I did do that, this is what I would need, or can we adjust? Like I'm big at negotiating in the front end.
No, that's
Probably as a oh, go ahead.
no, that's really great. Just like the ability to be like, no, because I don't want to disappoint anybody, I understand the boundary that I have to put,
Right.
which is, as we know, as we've talked about, brownies are for us, not for other people. So like,
Right. So yeah, so I think I've gotten this, I think this is age. So probably the answer to the question is like disappointing other people does hit me hard, which is why I actually have built a lot of my systems and practices around avoiding it. But not avoiding accountability, avoiding disappointment. It's like, nope, that's too much. I don't have the resource. I can't do it. So I will throw a no at you early and often, because I want to keep our relationship, because I don't want to disappoint you. And institutions, again, that also depends. It depends on what that institution is asking of me. What do I want? Like, current president of the United States as an institution, I could disappoint him all day, every day. I hope. He been a lot of them people, I don't know. I don't care about disappointing them at all. I do not care about disappointing institutions I don't respect. And so, yeah, and disappointment in myself is rare.
yeah,
To go back to the self-sabotaging thing, partially because, if I've gotten good at negotiating with other people,
yeah,
I've gotten real great at negotiating with me and being like, we can't do that, or we can, or we're not. And I still face disappointments, but I really try to be like, did I do what I said I was going to do? Did I give that the effort I knew I could give it? If I did and it didn't work out, to me, like, those are kind of separate things.
yes,
Did I do the effort? Great. Okay, that's where I'm disappointed. That's where I'm, like, did I give it? Did I give what I wanted to give? And then whether or not it worked out is kind of up to me.
no, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
And then I try to like just contextualize. Like, I can be sad that something didn't work out, and like that sadness kind of work through. But like disappointment is harder for me to access, because again, for me, disappointment is almost always, did I do what I said I was going to do? If I did, then okay, it just didn't work, and I can deal with that sad. I can mourn that, but so working through disappointment is very much, did I communicate my expectations? Did I not do something? And then like, yeah, when I get disappointed, if I was like, oh, I didn't show up the way I wanted to, or I didn't offer the thing, or I just forgot and something happened and I didn't keep this promise. I hate that feeling, which is why I try to do a lot to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we learned so much about you today. We're just getting started.
Just getting started.
What role does humor, pettiness, or even spite play in how you process disappointment?
I will make a joke about it. It doesn't. If I can laugh at it, then I can get through it.
I can get through it.
It probably, I would say, spite probably plays a big disappointment, addressing this, to connect it to the point I just made about like people's expectations around me, like really attaching like their own narrative about who they think I should be based on what they need. I can get real spiteful in that place really quickly. It's like where people in an argument, sometimes people like they try to set the terms on like, well, this is what the winning argument looks like, and like, especially when I see that somebody is disappointed in me and they've chosen to use that disappointment as a reason to mistreat me, to talk down to me or whatever, then I'm talking about matching energy, I'll be all them things, right? Like, one of my favorite memes, which people don't use as much anymore, but like, it was a Superman cape and somebody would be mad and they would say something and then you send the Superman cape and it's like, here's a cape, now you can be super mad. Like, that is...
Yeah.
That is like, if you want to talk about like something that's that like exemplifies my own energy.
Now you're super mad.
No, right. Here's that cape. Now you can be Superman.
Now you can be Superman.
I believe that. Like, there is something about those moments where people just, again, I want to distinguish between when I disappointed somebody and I need to be held accountable. I will show up. I want to be accountable. I want to have that conversation. When somebody is disappointed in me, again, because of their narrative, because of the nonsense they projected on me, that is, I'm not going to do anything to fix that. I'm not. And where they're like, oh, well, this just means you're like uneducated or whatever. You right. You got
You're
it.
right. You got it, Chief.
You right. I don't be knowing. Right.
I be thinking.
Like, right. Last year, a different friend crashed out on me on around a disagreement we had. Some stuff I said about, and this person decided that like what needed to happen in that exchange. He was disappointed in me. He thought I was better than that. And my immediate response in my head, I can't remember exactly what I said online, but my immediate response is, "Oh, you thinking I'm better than that is your first problem, because I ain't. I'm not better than nothing. It's about to get. You about to see it all.
It's gonna get ugly,
ugly, really." And like chose to call me, and it chose to call me names and all of that. And I realized part of what needed to happen, what he wanted to happen, or I think what he was expecting to, was that I would be insulted, and so I would engage in this debate to like prove him wrong, to like try to like jump into this battle of wit. And I definitely am a strong believer in not attending every argument I'm invited to. And so I was just like, you know what? You're right. Right? I was like, you know what? That's how you feel about it. You are correct. And he was like, I'm not trying to be right and blah 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 blah. I was like, you know what? That's right. You're even more right.
You're the most right now.
You're the most right. You were righter than that.
You're so correct.
You're right. You're right. And I just was like, nope, I'm not. Everything you say for me, you're right. I'm gonna be that. Just correct. You got right. You got name called. You gonna call me everything but a child of God? You are absolutely correct.
Correct.
And so to me, that's how spite plays at disappointment. Just like live in it. You disappointed in me.
Let it ruminate.
Right. That's where you stay. Now, I'm not going to challenge that. I'm not going to spend my time and energy trying to like make you see that I fit this thing that I didn't even ask to fit anyway. So I hope you got it. I hope you believe in how you see me.
Yeah.
Is correct. How you see me is right. Yeah. And so that's where spite plays for me in disappointment, where it really is just like, you can just stay disappointed in me then.
Yeah. That is a great way to feel about that.
Is it? It is how I feel. I don't.
I said it and then I was like, is it though? Is it though?
It is how I do it.
It might actually not be.
Whether good or not is not what I'm asking, but it's what I be.
That's what it's going to be. I definitely use humor. Like, humor is the way that I process my disappointment. Because again, most of the time I've disappointed myself. So I laugh at myself about things. In the sense of like, again, if you can laugh at it, you can kind of conquer it. It like loses it very much becomes, spiders with skates on it. Like, so like it becomes silly and not really scary like that anymore. And so it makes it easier to tackle it. And I'm not laughing at everything, but most things, yeah, I'm probably laughing at. And it's humor has been extremely helpful in a lot of things in my life. It's I think we laughed a lot as a family. So laughter was how we got through a lot of stuff anyway. And it helped me get through a lot of things, especially disappointment in myself. I haven't crashed out on myself. I don't have any fun crash out stories.
I'm glad.
This one time I broke my own leg.
Oh no, I have. This is an aside, but I probably have too many stories of people who have crashed out on me that I didn't see coming because they had feelings about who I was. And like, fam, we're gonna again leaning in again.
I've been trying to tell people you trash. Nobody believes me.
I am not trash. I am fantastic. No, but I have talked about sometimes feeling like I am undiagnosed autistic. And there are a variety of reasons why I think that and why I haven't pursued a diagnosis or anything. However, one of the things that, looking through the through line of my life and looking back through my history and friendships, relationships, it is the kind of taking things literally and or at face value. And so, and recognizing we're in a time where, like, I don't wish to further any stereotypes about autism, but in just doing some of my own reading and naming my experience, it does feel like a space. And one of the things that has happened to me more than once in very extreme ways is I took a relationship I was having with somebody at face value where I thought we were engaging in this way because all the words said, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, that's fine. And then we get to the moment where I am behaving in a way that, again, is aligned with my internal logic and aligned with who I think I've communicated. And they had some type of ulterior motive or a different narrative about who I was or who I was supposed to be. And then I don't align with that behavior. And then all of a sudden there's somebody right at the face yelling at me about why I didn't do something. And I'm just so confused about how we got here.
Huh?
And I'm like, I don't understand what just happened. Like, I asked a question, and almost always I feel like that question is like, do we need to do A or B? And then, why would you ask me to do B? And I'm like, you seem upset. What happened? I don't understand. Right.
Oh no, what's wrong?
Oh no, you seem mad. Did I ask something? And then it's like, and then you hear the like background, and then this unload. These are all the things I think about why we haven't done blah 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 and why you aren't this and why. And I'm like, and internally I just want to be like, this is the first time hearing of any of that. Right? Which is not, it doesn't quite meet the moment.
No, you can't. You can't say that.
You can't do that. But I'm just like, I mean, maybe I could listen. If you weren't yelling at me, I could consider some of these things. But I had no idea that was playing out. And so, yeah. So again, I think I practiced at dealing with other people's disappointments in me because it has happened to me a lot where it's like, I thought we were walking alongside doing this thing in this way. And then we get to this fork in the road and I'm like, do you want to take A or B? And then they're like, why wouldn't you know that we should take A? Because blah, 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 blah. And I was like, but I didn't. And I look back and I'm like, but we were walking. I have no other context.
And they look back
and so,
you know, they're looking at a completely different road than you're looking at.
Right. Then you're looking at, and I'm looking at like the very straight road where we said we were doing this and then we got to this fork and now we decide. And it's not it. And so it is wild just to think of like the number of crash out stories I have where people just were deeply invested in a version of friendship, relationship, business relationship that they were like, this is how this is going to be. And then I was, maybe? I didn't know that was on the table. That was the thing to consider, but now they're already yelling at me. So now it's over. Because you can't yell at me and then you can't yell at me like that. And
now you're yelling at me, so now it's over.
So now it's over. Like, that's it. It's like, oh no, we could have talked about this, whatever the thing is, but you jumped to yelling before you said anything. And so now we don't talk anymore. Which is disappointing.
I love it. Way to bring that back around. Well done. Full circle. Okay, Court. I got one more question for you, which I feel like I know the answer to.
Ready.
When was the last time you told yourself, okay, this disappointment is not going to kill me, but I have to sit with it for a minute?
Whew. I mean, recently, in the last little bit, there were some, it would have been a really dope opportunity. There were some opportunities I was looking at and they just didn't work out, and nobody misbehaved. Nothing bad happened. It just was like, it's just not the right one at the right time. And I really wanted it. It was just like, for a variety of reasons, I really wanted to kind of explore this new or next step. And I feel like I showed up exactly the way I wanted to. I feel like I gave everything I could, and it just, again, didn't pan out. And I was like, okay, that stings. We're gonna sit with it and really see, okay, where is this disappointment coming from? What is it? And it really is just like, I wanted it and it didn't happen. And it's been positive to just see that, like, yeah, but how would I have showed up differently? And I really wouldn't have, like, and that I can still feel sad about that, but it's also just like, no, I I feel like I presented
Yeah.
everything kind of. I presented myself with integrity. I presented myself consistently. I offered the insight. I told the about, good, bad, or indifferent, the things, and it just wasn't it.
Yeah. We just
And
left it all on the table.
I left it on the table, and so there is something comforting just to being about like if I had it to do it again. And the answer, I don't think I would have done anything. And knowing that it gives me just energy to try. It's like, okay, maybe we can try it. We can tweak it. We can figure out what the next step is. But yeah, it's just like, but the only thing that's going to fix the feeling is just to sit with the
Yeah.
right. We're just
Yeah.
like,
No,
we're just
that's
gonna
kind of it. That's the secret
right.
sauce.
It's the secret sauce, right? And it's helpful to realize that, like, okay, just by sitting with it, I am doing the thing. I'm getting over it. I'm not like wallowing in it. I'm not like wearing the feeling like a suit. It's like the only thing. But it's also just like, all right, maybe I'm just like a little less fun today because I'm sad, or I don't really want to talk to anybody right now, or I don't necessarily want to feel for other people. Because I again, naming just more of my personal stories or more myself, in that like I tend to be I'm a positive person. I tend to be we can keep going person. I tend to be a moving forward, and I also am very, very lucky to have like a large community of people who care and support in no way. However, because I'm somebody who is continually kind of moving forward and is on the positive space, when I stop and I'm like, you know what, I need to take a breather, it's noticeable in a way that people are like, what can I do? Can I be there? Can I, all of it? And sometimes it's like, I just want to do is sit here and feel this
I just
thing
want to feel this thing.
for a minute. I will catch up.
Right?
If
Yeah.
I
I'm right
promise,
behind y'all. I'm right behind
I'll be there.
y'all. I just
And
need a minute.
I want to hold the energy, and I'm grateful for it. I cannot
Yeah.
stress enough how thankful. But sometimes I just want to be like, I can't perform how I'm feeling for you right now. I just want to sit and like
Y'all go
just
ahead.
feel it.
Y'all go ahead. I'll be back.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Right. If you don't see me in like, a week or so, like
Come
circle
check
back,
on
give
me.
me a call. Right. But like, and so, yeah, so that is the moment where it's like, I just need to sit in the feeling with the
Yeah.
feeling. I need to commune. I need to look the feeling in the eye and just like,
Look at here feeling. Okay.
right. And let it just like sit in my body. What does it look like? What is the thing? What is different?
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be it. And I feel like I'm exiting that. I'm like, or at least on the upswing, and that feels. How about you, Ty?
When
When was
was
the
the
last time you
last
told
time I
yourself?
was like really disappointed? I can't really think right now when the last time I was disappointed, which is clearly a good sign.
Look at that
Look at the
progress. You know what that
growth.
is? Growth.
Grow. But I remember the moments I do remember being disappointed and having to sit with it feels a lot better than distracting yourself from disappointment because it feels like you're being chased kind of all the time. When you're
I like
running
that.
from disappointment or you're running from like failure or things like that, it feels like you're constantly being chased by the killer in the house and the rooms are getting smaller. Like, like, like when you can kind of turn and face this thing, like it changes it. It takes the power away. But when you're running from disappointment, it just the rooms are just getting smaller.
I don't like that.
So so no, sit with it. I can't think of the last time, but the times that I have had to do that, sitting with it has been much easier than not facing it. And every time it takes me forever to get there. But I've gotten there a lot quicker now.
Yes, growth. Yes, positivity.
Yes. So yes, but it still takes some days. It's like, oh, I don't. We're in this. Okay, we're in this a little too long. You know,
Yeah,
as much as I love Jennifer Lewis, she has the greatest thing. You you sit in shit long enough, it stops stinking.
that's real
So,
life.
so
So you gotta get out. You
get
gotta
it
get
on
out of
out
it.
up there now. Dust yourself off. Get out of there. So, like, you got to get out. You got to sit in it, but then you also the process of sitting in it for a minute and then leaving and like leaving that behind is I think even its own battle. People out
Oof.
there
All
struggling
right.
with
Well,
disappointment. I get y'all. I get it.
you get it. You got this. We will move forward.
We will move forward.
We're ready to shift into our next segment.
Oh, here's the thing.
Yeah. How you feeling, Ty?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna jump into. Here's the thing, where one of us or both of us get entirely too invested in something and the other has to keep up. It's deep dives, hard takes, and lore you didn't know you needed. I'm happy to jump off.
Absolutely.
I have some thoughts. And so yeah, these are our. I feel like you already get a bunch of rants from me anyway, but this is another one. In that, all right, I belong to crafting space. We talk about the crafting, and I would say my secret, even though it's not a secret, I feel like I've explained this, but I love a Facebook group. I love a Facebook group around a craft. I love the people talking about it. I do. I watch it. And it's gotten better. I will also name it's gotten better, but I am so over these quote unquote apolitical crafting groups where they're like, we're just here to knit or sew. We don't really do politics or whatever. And I'm like, it's all political. Like, everything you do. And also these same people, many of these same, I will name kind of middle America white women. I say this as somebody who on paper reads like a middle America white woman. I recognize
that's so true.
Right? I recognize I'm not one, but on paper,
on
if you
paper,
didn't know,
you'd be like, this white woman from the flats of Utah.
Right. I get it. Are so mad because right now they're trying not to be political, quote unquote, almost always in this case. The people who are calling for apolitical crafting spaces frequently are conservative and or right wing, because the leftists are also like, we're pro-black, pro-LGBTQ, pro people with disabilities, pro everything, anti-fascism, anti-genocide, and all of that, right? And then they're like, I don't understand why yarn spaces have to be political. But these same women, and again, I know it's not always gendered. However, it's been really interesting to watch these same purchasers of craft materials be real up in arms about these tariffs, because I don't know if y'all know, but a lot of yarn is not made in the US of A, okay? We don't keep sheep in the same way. We do cows, but cows don't make sweaters. We don't do the yarns.
But you don't want no leather sweater.
Right. We can't. It's hard to knit leather. That's not the thing. The wool comes from elsewhere. There is some American wool, but for the most part, the good stuff comes here by boat. And it's been wild to watch just these people who were like, blah, 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 no politics in my knitting, in my yarn, in my fabric. I will also name not just yarn, but fabric. A lot of fabric is dyed and or manufactured elsewhere, and so these folks who were like, no politics in my craft spaces are all of a sudden getting an additional, like, it can be anywhere from $80 to like $150 on top of a $90 order. Right? Right? Like, because, so there used to be this tariff exception, I think de minimis exception. I'm probably saying that wrong. If you care about it, correct me via email. And what it meant was that if you ordered less than $800 worth of goods, you didn't have to pay the additional tariff cost, right? So that means if you ordered less than $800 worth of yarn or fabric or whatever, you didn't pay tariff. It could also mean that for like fabric manufacturers or yarn distributors or whatever who were ordering their things from overseas, they could buy the things in bulk, right? They could get their full-on wholesale manufacturing from overseas and then distribute the costs among their consumers in ways that where it's like slightly distributed, as opposed to like, because they could basically distribute the cost of a big shipment across a lot of consumers. But that's not what's happening right now. Right now it doesn't matter $800 or not, it doesn't matter. You've got to pay that tariff on top of the thing. And they are mad about it, but also not trying, the ones who may or may not have voted for this administration are complaining, but are also trying not to complain like it has to do with who they voted for. And it is
Viola Davis gif. Just get the
right, I like the LeBron gif about that. I don't know why, but yes, both of them.
Yes.
Where like, and so the language is like, people are talking about it, but all of a sudden there's just this notable silence around tariffs and where you get it. And, with Joanne's gone, also as a indirect result of this administration, people are just sitting there a little confused because they want to complain about it, but they know the second they open their mouth talking about
You gonna hear motherfuckers go
why is this?
nowhere. What was that? What was that? What did you say?
What
That
you?
sounds political. What you about to say? Wait a minute.
What you about to say? This
That sounds
sounds weird.
political.
That
Are
sounds.
you
What is that?
upset at some
Are
type
you
of politician and or political event?
right? Did that happen? He said, "Which one? Who did you vote for? What is that about?"
What is that about?
And so yeah, it's just like this idea that like any space is apolitical, and in 2025 that's just like not true, right? And frequently when somebody says a space is apolitical, what they're really saying is this is a space where we all have a shared politic, and so we don't talk about it, which is different from it's not political. It is just we have shared politics. We don't talk about those shared, and we don't bring it up because it messes up the illusion that we have a shared politic. And so
It's all about
yeah,
the smoke and mirrors, man.
is the smoke and or mirrors, right? And so that is my like here's the thing where it's just like there is nothing that you can do that is apolitical right now, particularly in the ways that this administration has weaponized every kind of faction of existence. Like you can't it's just like everywhere everything is a battleground, and so you have to make real choices about where you stand, and demanding that spaces become apolitical where we don't and I understand you can make agreements around like we aren't going to talk about politics here. I think that is a politic, but it's also that is an agreement. It's like that's just not we aren't going to bring that into the space is different from this space doesn't have them. We can't talk about them ever in this space. It's like nope, we're making an agreement that what we're going to focus on right now is this topic. These other topics may impact us, but right now this is what we're going to talk about. As opposed to being like, I don't understand why politics has to enter this place in the first place. It's like, well, now you do. Now that you're paying $300 for $70 worth of yarn, I bet you understand where politics goes there, right? I don't know why it didn't matter when it was about your uterus or your rights, but that you want to know what it's going to cost you, costing you 2.5 times what it used to cost you to knit that sweater for your grandbaby. You probably have opinions now. Just you might have opinions.
An apple fact.
And what are they? What are those opinions?
What are those opinions? This is a safe space.
Huh?
This is a safe space.
I may be lying about it being safe space. Who knows?
We're just recording.
Right. So that is here's the thing, my deep dive
Nice.
and or rant around the myth of apolitical crafting because it doesn't exist.
I think all forms of art, regardless of style or political, from jump, regardless of
It's absolutely
all art is political.
All art is political, and I think art is super political. Period. But I think art is most notable. I think it's most noticeable. It's the art's politics are most noticeable in what you choose to exclude.
Yeah,
what you are not saying. Because I mean, yes, we have very clear politics about what you do say. But that is also a choice. But somebody choosing to omit things because they feel that those things are being said elsewhere, or because they don't want to include that in their story because somebody else is talking about it, or because I don't think it's important. Like all of that, I think becomes a really clear indicator of your politics.
Yeah.
And the things that you think aren't political become really clear when you're like, well, I don't want to do politics, so I'm not going to include this thing. It's like, but what are the things you did include? Those are in fact very political. I love those are some of my favorite things to look at in like plays or whatever, where it's like, what didn't you talk about? Ooh, why did you do that? What didn't you do?
That's so cool. That also kind of ties into my here's the thing.
Yeah, Tyrone, what is the thing for you?
My thing, it's broken up into two parts. My first thing is that I believe that that 2025 might be one of the best gaming years ever. I think it's a year where lots of major studios got to finally make the game that they wanted to make when they first started because of storytelling, technology, and the like growth of the gaming industry. For example, Dynasty Warriors Origins is a game that came out in January of this year. Courtney watched me play it. It's by far the best Dynasty Warriors game that's ever been produced. And it's extremely engaging. It's super fun, but it tells the story. It's the Dynasty Warriors is like a 30+ year franchise, and they have made a lot of money making 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10 games. Just no shade to Koei Tecmo, to the
middle of the pack is still in the pack, baby.
Come on now. Come on now. So, right, this is coming from a person who's played every game. This game was so good. And I was like, oh, this is what you guys wanted to make to begin with. This is the story, the scale, the sense of you're taking on thousands of soldiers single-handedly by like these are the things that you technology just had to catch up to your idea. And when it did, you were like, this is what we've been trying to do for 30 years. And I think a lot of games are doing that this year. I think there's a lot of games. I think the next few years are going to be like a kind of golden renaissance of both major studios and indie developers coming together and working on the same and fusing their companies because that gap is getting much smaller. But on the other side of that, I think this is some of the worst community in gaming ever. I think I think
Headline: Games are good. People are trash.
like games are good, people are trash. Okay, the like bifurcation of of communities of nerds and gaming that have come that have happened in the last let's say post-pandemic that has happened has been detrimental to the community, to like nerd culture as a whole. Because there are moments where we're playing games, people are playing games, young people are playing games, but young queer people are telling their stories, young black kids are telling their stories. Like people are gaming has become this platform where stories can be told by anybody and from any point of view. And the moment that there is a minority, be that a person of color or a woman or a female presenting character or in any kind of disability in any way, if it's not a cool dude blowing shit up, people are like, this game is woke. This game is not like this game looks like you start to like belittle it in the way that is is destructive to the community and the industry as a whole because people are telling you not to play games before games are even announced or given release dates or any type of demo or gameplay has been shown to where you're like, because you don't like this game for whatever ungodly reason, you think other people should not play this game. And then but then you're going to be mad when that studio goes out of business because nobody bought their game. And now you're like, well, gaming is dying. Like, no, fucker, you're killing it. Like, chill out. Like, chill out. If you don't like the game, don't play the game. You don't have to play the game, but you don't have to tell other people to not play this game.
How dare you make me suffer the consequences of my actions?
How, how dare you make me suffer the consequences of my own actions? I don't
Woke bullshit.
right, fake news. Like I don't understand it. Like people play Call of Duty. Call of Duty as a staple is just shoot the other guy. It's always been that. It's always going to be that.
It's cops and robbers,
It's
but
cops and
virtually.
robbers on a global scale. And this is coming from somebody who is name is in two credits. Like I'm not saying this, this ain't some shit I heard.
Should
Like
I know?
this shit I
Yes.
know. It's just shooting the other person. Wow, I understand and have played hundreds of hours of Call of Duty when they add a character in there who is black or a woman or in any way not a regular white dude, there are think pieces and articles about what it is to have like a woke game. And I was like, you're calling Call of Duty, the army simulator game, woke is insane to me.
It's diabolical work.
It's diabolical work. And you're not helping the industry by thinking that getting on TikTok and talking about how gaming is woke is is gonna one hurt sales. Like these are major corporations making, whether you like the game or not, making a game is really difficult. It's hours, it's hundreds of hours, thousands of hours, years of work, and that's just the technical side of it. We're not talking about the research we're putting in, the the countless times that people are just like, "Oh, we've been in Milan for a week because we're doing a Spanish Assassin's Creed, and we had to just stay in Milan for 2 weeks to take pictures of everything.
Italian. Milan isn't.
Milan is in Italy. That's my mess up.
It's fine.
It's all in there.
It is. I'm just happy. I'm just helping you out. I just
You know
want
what? And I
you
appreciate
to.
it because that's
Yes.
accountability. Milan is in Italy. But yes, so we're redoing the Assassin's Creed series in Italy. So we have to go back to Milan to hang out, and we're there for a week. But we were here for a week 2 years before we've announced the game. Like the amount of time that goes into making games, and you think that your 4 minute TikTok video is going to change things about an entire industry that you say that you love. Like, let's not say like these as much as a person who's dedicated their entire life to animation and 3D animation at that. Games they're entertainment, they're toys. They're meant to be played with and have fun with to tell a story. It's crossed over now. It's not just a toy, but it's a toy that you're supposed to have fun with. And
Right, but people, talk about my capitalism rant, which is that like people do anything now to just generate money. It's not about
yeah,
generating. It's not even about generating content. People generate content, and so it's not about the gaming industry. It's not about making a good toy. It's about making the thing that gets enough people to click on the things that I'm talking about, so that I can make money.
that's very true. I hate capitalism.
It sucks.
It sucks. It sucks a lot. But I be wanting money.
Just
So I still do.
right. I do. I want money, but we talked about this,
Mhm,
in
mhm.
that we want money to get things. We want money is security. And the fact that we turned everything into, does it generate money or does it not? And that there aren't other ways to build community. There
Yeah.
aren't other ways to have security. There aren't other ways to pay your bills, to have access to entertainment. Like everything is only accessible through money.
Yeah.
And so now to eat you have to generate money, to live you have to generate money, to like connect with people you have to generate money. It all costs. It's all the exchange or the trafficking of money. It's like, no, we could have built societies, and I think we still can. We could have built societies that were less about exchange and more about how do we participate.
Yeah.
How do we support each other? How do we actually, it doesn't have to just be barter. It can just be the idea that like healthcare is free because we think it's important that people
Are
live.
healthy and live long, full, healthy lives.
But not to interrupt your rant,
No.
but I get it, with that it feels people spend all of their time talking about how they love a thing, and what they really actually love is the money that talking about their love for this thing gets them. And so
Exactly.
they'll say whatever about the thing as long as the money keeps.
That's what the money's for.
That's what the money's
Yes, that is my deep dive. How both this year is both probably one of the greatest gaming years we'll see in recent history, and why the community doesn't deserve it. Like,
for. Game's great, people garbage.
people garbage.
Fantastic.
What a day.
What a day. Well, we're sliding into heart and soul,
Heart and soul.
the meat and potatoes,
Peas and carrots.
peanut butter to our jelly, the
Ooh,
peas
nice.
and carrots.
Nice.
Work hard to play hard. In Work Hard to Play Hard, we're going to talk about like our tactics for dealing with disappointment. So we, in our main moment, talked about the feelings. We talked about what is our experience. We talked about some Work Hard to Play Hard. Tyrone,
That is my name.
that is your name. Look
That
at
is
that.
my name.
What strategies help you set new goals after a major letdown?
Delulu is the Salulu, as the kids say now. Okay. It is to take that on the chin and immediately make another goal. And like that could be healthy or not. Again, as I said last episode, argue with your mama. Okay. Don't argue with me about it. Okay. It's immediately, oh no, that sucked. Great. So there's other things that we could go after. We're gonna go after those. And it's within hours usually.
I know, hard same.
Right? It's just that sucked. Okay, but there's other things that won't suck. Let's go towards those. Maybe those won't suck. Or if they do, maybe they'll suck less.
Real.
And
I definitely I like to say, I definitely will sit and lick my wounds for a second. It's like, all right, we're gonna, go off into the corner, sit on the stool, like shake it out a little bit,
yeah.
get a drink of water. Like I do like to just have a seat and be like, okay, no, I know, and I it's like, and I know, it's like, no, I'm gonna get back up there. Like I don't
Yeah, yeah.
feel discouraged. It's like I don't know how I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna sit through all of this break. You know
We're
what I
gonna
mean?
take
I'm
this
gonna
whole
like,
boxing break. Yeah, we're gonna take the whole.
right, yeah. It's like that round thing. Like I'm not necessarily gonna get up and put myself up just yet. I'm like, nope, we're gonna sit down for
Go
all
over
of
the
it.
strategy.
Right, coming back. But it is also like, what can I do next?
Hmm.
And sometimes it is not about what can I do next for the next goal. It is like, just what is the thing that I can do. It's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna play a game. That's all we're
Yeah,
gonna do for right now.
yeah,
We're gonna knit this thing, or we're gonna do something that is just about remembering that I can do things. That
yeah.
disappointment isn't like the whole story.
I usually that's super true because I usually make something. I usually
Yeah.
like even if it's something just like a ball bouncing, I'm like, nope, we still know how to do this thing.
We still know how to do it, right? Right. Yeah, and I definitely do look at, I setting new goals. It's like, all right, well, what's the next step? Like, I frequently say, I think about it a lot, where it's like, all right, well, I didn't blow up, so there's still something to do, right?
Not blowing
And
up
I
is
don't,
so real.
right, and I don't know why that became like my standard, but it's like, nope, I did not just. I'm still here. There's still a person that can move forward in some way, so let's do that until I can't. But yeah, but I definitely do sit and say, yeah, we're gonna sit down this week. All right, we're just gonna chill out.
You got it.
You
You got it. But
right,
I'm gonna bust your when I get up. No, that's
well,
your ass.
you got there.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let that happen. I also try not to make big decisions after a
Oh
disappointment.
no, there's
Because
no.
that's where it's like, that's how you,
Yeah, that's how you gamble the house. There's no
right, you end up, it's like, you know what, nope, I'm feeling real things, so maybe we're gonna just hold on that,
no major
making this
decisions.
choice, or making
Yeah.
sure, yeah, so, but that does help, just giving myself, just be like, I was disappointed, so we're gonna just let
Yeah.
that go.
Let's just let that go.
We're gonna pause, make a thing, and come back.
Yeah, I love that. That's yeah. Regardless if that's the way to do things or not,
Yeah, I'm
that's
just
the
saying what I
way
do.
I'm doing
What y'all
things.
do might be different. And again, let us know. Comment, email, let us know. Hustling with Harges, wherever you find us, let us know how you feel.
Um, do you build in buffers or expectations to protect yourself from disappointment in project?
Absolutely. Absolutely do.
You, I feel like you have to. I feel like you
Just
have to.
Yeah, I mean, for me, having a plan always helps. Even if it's a plan that's like not great, but just knowing it's like, all right, if this blows up, this is how I'll respond.
Mhm.
And for me, it's helpful to at least know the next step after something goes wrong. So I don't like to say everything. I'm not necessarily the one who's like plans for every catastrophe. I'm not quite Batman in the sense of having the backup plan to the backup plan. But I do like knowing, okay, if this goes left, I don't think it's going to go left, but if this goes left, this is how we'll adjust, right? This is, if Nightwing loses his mind, I should just maybe have this in the back pocket, right? Like,
You never know.
I don't have to use it, but
However,
however, it is nice knowing it's there if I do have to use it,
yeah.
whatever that is. And so, yeah, so a lot of my plans for disappointment aren't just like, oh, this is going to happen. But it's like, okay, but if if it goes wrong, one, it's nice to be on the lookout for it. It's like, oh, that might be going wrong now. I might be like seeing it. You can see it coming. But also knowing that I have a response, or I have a way to pivot when or if these things go wrong, it helps me feel more secure in what's happening. So it's like, okay, wait, no, we planned for this. We knew this was a possibility. This is how we're adjusting. It sucks, or maybe it doesn't suck as bad as we need to, and maybe you don't even have to activate the plan. But it's nice to know, to be on the lookout for it.
I 100% agree with you on that. Like having a plan, even if that plan is just like cheeks, as the as the kids say. If it's just like plan, okay, part one of plan, make plan. Great. Step one complete.
Step one complete.
Step two is blank, but we made a plan.
What we got there, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And it helps like yeah, it helps like alleviate the punches of disappointment. My favorite buffer is my worst case scenario conversations I have. And my worst case scenario is usually you got to do this experience, regardless of how it turns out, you got to do this. And it feels, it's you've changed as a creative and a person because of this experience. And that will make you better. And it will prepare you for the next time you are in this experience. You're not coming in like you don't know what to do. My favorite thing is always, now you have a person at this place that you may have talked to. Right there. Great.
You have somebody who can send an email to,
You
and
have some,
sometimes that is
you
a
have
win.
somebody you can send an email to.
Absolutely.
And you're like, well, it could be worse. It could always be worse. So, as I like to say, you could have no arms, which is like a thing that keeps me together as a person who engages with gaming and art. And
And there are people
there are
without
people
arms who are
without
out there
arms
making amazing things
who are
happen.
doing amazing things.
Even that, we
Even
can figure that
that,
out too.
even that, people will always
People are
fascinate me.
adaptable.
I love how adaptable we are as humans.
There's a book that was recommended to me by a mutual. Shout out to Greg.
Yes.
But it is called I'm gonna make sure I'm quoting it right. The Secret of Our Success, and it really talks about humanity, humans. And the full title is The Secret of Our Success: How Culture is Driving Human Evolution, Domesticating Our Species, and Making Us Smarter. And I'm still reading it. I don't have all of it. But one of the kind of central tenets is that one of the things that makes humans special, frankly, is that we can learn by watching.
Yeah.
And in the sense of and not even just like instruction, like one-to-one, like we can see, oh, that community over there did that thing, we're going to be different. We can internalize other groups' experiences in a way that other creatures can't, like,
yeah.
oh, that, and so we can learn from other people doing which means we get to learn faster. And so sometimes it's helpful just to, like, in these meetings that you're talking about, or in the time where it's like, okay, well, the worst thing that happens is I learned what this meeting could look like.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I know how to hold some other meetings. Now I know who the type of person to talk to. Now I can take this experience and transfer it to a different experience. And I think about that a lot, where it's like, okay, I learned. And, it's why I use, like, my barometer of, well, I didn't blow up. Like, I actually now have that information, and I can go use that information in a different context, in a different way.
What is it, like new grooves just in the brain?
Yeah. Right. It's like, okay, I see this practice, I see this way of being. Okay, I can alter, I can grow, I can build on that. And so that becomes one of my buffers around expectations. No, but it becomes a really great way to where, so now, like, even experiences that didn't work out the way I wanted to are still, like, information for the next experience.
Yeah. No, it's 100% how I take disappointment on the chin, or at least, like you said, buffer myself from disappointment, in a sense of just like, I'm just building. I'm always pushing forward. Les Brown is a motivational speaker who I enjoy, who hits people with the practice makes what, and people say perfect, and he goes, no, dismantle that way of thinking. He goes, practice makes progress. You can always better your best. I'm like, yes, yes, you can.
All right, we feel like we done worked it, so let's play it. All right, so
play out.
Harge question. All right, let's go. What's your go-to ritual to reset after being disappointed? Is it food, music, or guilty pleasure?
It is kind of always, not always food. It is 99.9% food.
Food.
And then 1% of
Chewers meaning ill.
of like video games, of just like, nope, we're gonna do a 12-hour stint. We're not moving, which also involves food. The food is probably also pho or ramen of some kind. Something stick to my bones. Okay. Something in my spirit.
Definitely food for me. I like a meal. I like a thing. But it's also probably some nonsense. It's candy. It's sugar. It's definitely like food that was manufactured in a lab somewhere. It's not like I feel. Yeah, I definitely feel like my it definitely food in both ends. But like my celebratory food is almost always like good, hearty, from scratch.
Yes.
Like luxurious food. My disappointment food is definitely food wrapped in plastic that's probably already 33% plastic in it of itself. Definitely food that came out of somebody's machine. Like when I'm celebrating, it's farm to table. When I'm sad and disappointed, it is manufactured on an assembly line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like paste turned into something.
Right, absolutely. Generally, somebody's fast food, somebody's deep fried, somebody's processed sugar,
Yeah.
red dye 44 nonsense. And like, I
Give
guess
me all of that.
that is what it is. And definitely, yeah, probably a game or a craft of some sort. Might buy a fabric, might buy a,
Oh yeah.
but is definitely, but yeah, it's like, what am I do? It's all right. Give me, bury my face in some starbursts and get through to the next one.
And some Virgin River.
I do love Virgin River. Yeah, and yes, my television would be like Virgin River, which I affectionately refer to as sad white people doing sad white things. I love Virgin River. It's so good. I could watch it for hours when I'm really trying to like just be in feelings, or action movies. Like I'll probably throw on, I've talked about this, and Has Fallen.
Oh yes, yes, yes. A Has
It's not,
Fallen is good. Is a
Angel Has
good
Fallen
thing.
with somebody. I like Gerard Butler being mad that he is somewhere saving everybody. I want all.
Yes.
So yeah.
Hilarious. I would also kind of put music in this, depending on the game I'm playing. I'll usually like turn down the sound, especially if it's a game I've played before. I'll turn down the sound and put music on. That kind of matches the vibe of the disappointment, but it's definitely food in video games. How do hobbies or fandoms help you recover from disappointment?
We talked a little bit about this, but for me, it's just like remembering that there's always more stuff to be made. I think that is the joy about
Yeah.
like being in a creative practice, is that I'm disappointed and there's always something else to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the hobbies or fandoms, it's helpful. There's just always more stuff.
Always
There's
is.
always something else to engage with. There's always some more work to be done. And so just because I'm feeling disappointed in a moment doesn't mean that I can't have, that there's not joy to be had. And so yeah, going to the things that I know represent what I like, or going to the spaces where it's like, knitting is always fun. You're talking to somebody who I have every time I turn around, there's a shawl somewhere. I don't even wear shawls that much, but I love them and I love the texture and I like getting to make them and generate them. And so like, it's just nice. It's like, as long as I have the capacity to make more things, then I can always just make more things.
Yeah, that's really it. Like the fact that you can just make something else, or like, and anime is filled with disappointment. Main characters are always kind of losing, and they're like, I'm just gonna keep going. And you're like, if Luffy can keep going, God damn it, I can keep going. Like this kid can't even get in water and he wants to be king of pirates.
Right.
I can do this. I can do this.
Absolutely. I also love hearing stories of like famous failures, or people who had disappointments that they were like, I didn't know how this was going to work. And getting to the moment where it did work out somehow, and they
Yeah.
didn't even have to like change who they were or doing things. And it's nice to be like, oh, somebody did this thing for a long time and it just didn't hit until it hit. And then it did. And stuff happened. And it's not even about, and those aren't even, it doesn't even have to be people who were famous,
Yeah.
even though those are the stories we hear. But sometimes it's just like, oh yeah, this is the thing where it worked out, and this thing like turned a corner,
Yeah.
and so like I think of I have a few, but most recently it's been really a joy to watch like Mariska Hargitay and her, like, then this last like year or two, I know she's been doing things in the promo for her movie and all that stuff, but getting to hear more about her story, and her and on TikTok or whatever, but like just hearing the stories of how like she thought her career was going to go one way. And I saw her, I think she might have been on the Call Me Daddy podcast, I can't remember. It was funny where she's talking about how she went to a psychic and she was over it. She was like, this is ridiculous. And like Mariska Hargitay really views herself as a comedian. She's going to be silly girl in a sitcom. That was like what she wanted.
Which is
Which
funny.
is funny. But she goes to the psychic and the psychic says something and she makes the serious Olivia Benson face. And he was like, that one, the serious face, that's the one that's going to make you money. And she was like, whatever, loser. And like, like when she talks about it, she was like, absolutely not. This dude's a hack. I don't even know why I'm in here. Right. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're nuts. Like, what do you mean?
Give me my $20 back.
Right. I am funny And like, what do you mean? And he was like, no, it's like the serious mug. That's the one that's going to get you. And clearly, we know 27 years later, long as doing the thing, and is still hilarious. Like, I don't know, this as an aside, you folks, if you haven't watched Mariska Hargitay do anything but SVU, like SVU is great, she's brilliant, but if you watch her interviews or if you watch anything, she is hilarious and ridiculous. It looks like she takes like nothing seriously in the best way possible. She takes her job, she clearly like supports it, but is just always like down to clown for real.
She is a clown.
It's hilarious. But seeing that like she managed to be her, but also was like, oh snap! The thing I thought was going to be wasn't what it was, and I got to be me and do all the things I wanted to do by doing something else, something I didn't even imagine as my story. And so I love those types of stories where it's like, I had a vision and it was going to be that. And that blew up. And then it turned out that the thing that actually worked was the other thing that was actually the thing I wanted.
Rose.
Right. And I'm like, right, that happens to so many people. Humans, I feel like, are bad at knowing what's going to work for them. And so I like rely on that where it's like, oh man, all right, I thought it was going to be it and this wasn't it. All right, well, we just don't know the thing that's going to be it yet. Cool.
A thing that I think, and I could be wrong about this, is that I think we confuse disappointment with failure. I think being disappointed, especially as a creative and working towards something that you're disappointed that it didn't work out, doesn't mean you failed. It just means it didn't work out. And you can be disappointed at that, but like you being disappointed in the fact that you feel like you failed at something is different. And yeah, I think that's a thing that it's a thing that I struggle with sometimes. It's a thing I know, I have some friends who struggle with, but to remember that failure and disappointment are not mutually exclusive or mutually exclusive. Yes, mutually inclusive. They're not the same
they're not
thing.
The same thing. I think mutually inclusive. They are not the same thing.
They're not the same thing. They are mutually exclusive. No, never mind.
Because you can be both. I mean, mutually exclusive means that they can't be one or the other.
Yes, like, you can fail and be disappointed. You can only
be one. You can fail and be disappointed. So they can be they can happen simultaneously. But that doesn't. But they are not. What's the word?
You fool can't get fooled again.
Fool me can't get fooled again. No, but they are not. They are not correlated. Disappointment does not directly mean failure. Right?
Thank you. You are smart.
That's what the people tell me.
That's what the people tell me. Oh,
I feel good about. I'm glad we got to talk about this. I feel like we learned a lot about each other. Thank you all for joining us. We're gonna head back in. I don't know if we know what our next episode is going to be like.
It's going to be a surprise for everybody.
Right. Surprise. But no, thank you all for being on this journey with us as we talked about like what disappointment means. We are, getting toward the end of season 1 of Hustling with Lucky. I can't believe it. We
can't believe it.
And now we're looking to close it out. So yeah, next episode will be episode 11, the penultimate episode.
The penultimate, which is a word that does not get used a lot for me.
So yeah, we'll listen to this one and then we'll let you know. It'll be a surprise what our penultimate episode will be. As always, Tyrone, I'm going to ask you to do these calls to the socials, baby.
You know what time it is, okay? At Hustling with Harges on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, okay? Y'all have really been kicking it with the YouTube. I appreciate y'all for that, by the way. I appreciate y'all so much. I really love doing this thing with Courtney. It's very fun. It's a very beautiful thing that we get to do together. And I love that we get to bring you along the journey with us.
That's so sweet.
I try to be.
Look at my little brother.
Tag us in all these different things, okay? My question for you, what is your ritual to reset after being disappointed? Is it food? Is it a guilty pleasure? Do you go roller skating backwards down Times Square? Please don't do that. That sounds very dangerous. Is it like a nice bowl of soup or chili? Chili.
That's so very specific.
Let us know in the comments. Let us know. Tag us in duet videos. Do all the things at Hustling with Harges.
All right, y'all. Thank you. Let us know. And don't disappoint us by not liking, sharing, subscribing. All right? be better than that.
Because we'll hold it over your head.
Thank y'all. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.